What's good, folks? Got another reaction for you today, man. How you can tell if he's on steroids by the homie Caleb. Let's get to it.
Big influence on what we perceive to be an attainable, natural physique.
Yeah.
When I'm in one of my doom scrolls through Instagram and YouTube shorts, I see comments of popular, enhanced influencers going back and forth about whether they can achieve a similar physique naturally. On the flip side, there are people that are in good shape, but their comments are filled with accusations of steroid use. This has the body image scale totally out of balance. And if you were an inexperienced lifter, you'd have no idea of a reasonable target to set your physique aspirations towards.
Yeah, because you don't know, because at the end of the day, everybody looks like the Incredible Hulk. And you know what I'm saying? And you don't know, like, you know, some guys, they don't want to be the Incredible Hulk. Some guys want to be, you know, fit. Some guys want to have some muscle, some six packs and shit like that, but they don't want to be like 280 pounds, just goddamn rock muscle and shit.
Today I'm going to show you a few ways to actually tell if someone is on steroids. But first, what are steroids? Because we hear this word and others like trend, gear. What do they actually mean?
Yeah.
Steroids, fully known as anabolic androgenic steroids, are synthetic copies of the hormone testosterone. When you take steroids, you increase your testosterone way beyond the natural levels. We know that testosterone regulates muscle growth and fat distribution. It's also shown to increase your discipline and motivation to achieve your goals. So people taking steroids have enhanced muscle growth and strength, improved athletic performance, quicker recovery from intense workouts, and the ability to work out longer and more frequently than natural.
But the problem with that is that you're gonna test, or you're gonna work your heart, because that's why a lot of those bodybuilders have heart attacks and stuff like that, because you're taking steroids and you're enhancing your heart, which is not good. Your heart needs time to rest and time to recover, but they don't understand that though.
For lifters. Now, even when you take steroids, it still requires a lot of hard work to make gains. But Jeff Nippard made a great video showing the effects of steroids, and the results, well, let's just say they were surprising.
In 2001, the same research group did a follow-up study to see how much muscle mass changes with different doses of steroids. This time, 61 subjects were given 5 different doses of testosterone. The lowest dose added just under 1 pound of muscle, and the amount of muscle gained increased right alongside the steroid dosage, with the group taking the biggest dose, adding just about 20 pounds of muscle in 20 weeks. This isn't the highest responder. This is the average. Oh, I guess I should also mention,
they didn't lift weights in this study.
1 pound of muscle per week, and all you did was use steroids. Like, bro, like that to me is crazy, man. You ain't do no work.
0 lifting. They just took steroids.
While there's nothing wrong with using steroids, I think the scrutiny comes when people hide the fact that they use steroids and claim to be natural, tricking people to buy their program or their diet as people want to achieve a similar physique, not knowing that it's unnatural. The first sign is a huge neck, huge shoulders, and huge trap muscles, especially the neck and shoulders. Any lifter will tell you that the shoulders are one of the most stubborn areas to grow, and then most lifters don't even directly train their neck muscles. But when steroids are used, they bind to androgen receptors in muscle cells, stimulating muscle growth. The shoulders, neck, and traps have been shown to have high amounts of androgen receptors, causing them to grow faster and bigger than normal. So
yeah, because I know for a fact, man, like I do shoulder exercises. I don't really do a lot of neck exercises, but I'm like, hold on, you got the dudes who got that V-shaped neck shit. I'd be like, nah, man, you on something, bro. Like the crap be just too perfect. That's another thing too. Like if the shoulders and the traps and all that are too perfect, you on something.
When you see someone with boulder shoulders, big traps, and a massive neck, it's okay to be a bit skeptical, especially if they have more of these upcoming signs. Another sign is that they are big and shredded at the same time. Some people claim this to be genetics. While this could be true, not everybody can be a genetic freak. There are rules of body composition that apply in most cases. If you want to build muscle and gain size, you need to be in a caloric surplus. And while you gain muscle, you also gain some fat because you're eating extra calories. If you are trying to get lean, you need to be in a caloric deficit, which makes it harder to maintain size and build muscle effectively because you're eating less calories for your muscles. There may be some people that can build some muscle while maintaining a relatively low body fat percentage, but if you see anybody straight up defying this rule, meaning that they are massive but super shredded, they're likely to be taking steroids.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you can't do one and the other. I mean, I know when I'm lifting and when I'm doing my, doing cardio, when I'm running and when I'm exercising or whatever, I tend to thin out quicker than get shredded. You know what I'm saying? I'll thin out quicker. And I don't take anything. I don't need to take anything. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm getting older. I don't do shit like that. I think a lot of people use steroids because they want to look a certain way and all that. But at the end of the day, man, just admit that you use it though.
Anyone can have some level of vascularity because your veins tend to show when you have a lower body fat percentage, especially in places like your arms, forearms, and even your legs if you don't skip leg day. Your vascularity will be even more visible if you have a pump from a workout, which most influencers often do. The telling sign is when the vascularity begins to look unnatural. For steroid users, you'll often see veins in uncommon places like the chest, the shoulders, and the back. And what's an even bigger indicator is the thickness of the veins. This supervascularity is because steroids increase blood volume and blood lipids. This makes the blood thicker, which increases the vascularity and increases the size of the veins.
Look at that. Look at that picture. Like, you can tell he on something. I think is that Larry, that Coleman, Ronnie Coleman or whatever. Yeah, like, bro, you got veins on top of veins on top of veins. I'm like, bro, like, that to me is when you know it's unnatural. Because naturally, you'll have, you'll have some, you'll have veins right here on your arm, on a certain part of the body, like right here or right here or right here or right here. You got it right here and all down here and all that. Nah, man. You know this one is what's the word I'm looking for? You know that's when it's fucked up though.
The appearance of the muscles can also tell you if someone's taking steroids. In natural bodybuilders, to achieve peak leanness, they dehydrate their muscles, meaning they don't retain much fluid in their muscles. This makes the skin look dry and thin. This allows for the separations between muscles, the vascularity, and the striations to be seen clearly near competition time.
Yeah, when you go back, you see right before they do their competition, they will dry out for like 1 or 2 days, whatever. They won't drink any water, nothing like that, so they'll dry out. So when they do the competition, you see everything. Everything is just exposed, like every vein, every muscle, every package. It's right there.
Vascularity and the striations to be seen clearly near competition time. Away from competition, they have a bulkier look as they focus on gaining muscle and size, and this results in a fuller appearance due to the increased muscle fluid retention. This allows them to build a solid foundation of muscle mass before then cutting near competition time. Someone using steroids can attain this dry look while still retaining the fullness and bulkiness of their muscles. This is another reason they can be big and shredded at the same time, and why someone can be huge but you can still see clear separations in between their muscles. Now, steroids have tons of side effects, which I'll be making a video covering soon, so stay tuned. But the most notable side effects that can be an indication of using steroids are acne and gynecomastia. Acne is normally caused when your hair follicles become plugged with excess oil and dead skin cells from your oil glands. Steroid acne has almost the same symptoms as natural acne, but the use of steroids makes the oil glands more susceptible to inflammation and infection, which then causes the acne. This article found that steroids can cause acne in up to 50% of its users. Gyno is another side effect where fatty breast tissue, usually found in women, develops around the nipples in men. This is caused by the estrogenic hormones. Testosterone is converted into estrogen. So when there's an increase in testosterone due to steroid use, estrogen levels also increase, causing gyno.
Wow, I didn't know that though. I didn't know that estrogen increases when the testosterone increases. That's weird though, man. But when you see a lot of guys and they, the breasts look a little bit on the tip or whatever, you're like, hold on, man. I thought you was a rock bodybuilder though. But you know what I'm saying? You get that estrogen in you too, so it's a mixture.
Pattern baldness, rapid facial hair, and rapid body hair growth are also common side effects of steroid use, but this can happen in the average person. And if you were wondering why you don't see side effects, just know that videos and pictures can easily be edited, or users will often wear clothes and hats to cover up the side effects.
Oh, they
do. And lastly,
definitely,
some users might post results of their testosterone levels to prove that they're not taking any steroids. These results, though, are often in the low end ranges of testosterone, which is normal for someone coming off of a cycle, because high dosage of steroids can affect your body's natural testosterone production. So if you see someone that's massive and you're suspecting, and then they post results that are unexpectedly low, they may be using steroids.
Yeah.
Now that we've gone through the science, I just wanted to mention some keynotes. First, you can't accuse someone of taking steroids if they have just one or two of these signs, because it's a combination of all of them that forms the entire picture. A person can have one or two of these signs for reasons outside of steroid use. Another thing is that despite being aware of these signs, it's still difficult to say that someone is or isn't on steroids, because someone...
Yeah, because a lot of times the thing is that these individuals, they may have been on steroids in the past, but then they got off of it, and now they say, I ain't on steroids, but they probably were on steroids for a certain amount of time, got what they needed, and say, forget it. You know what I'm saying? I always say, if a guy look a certain way, I say, I'm not going to accuse him of doing it, but hey, man, you know, I know some dudes, man, that be on that juice, man, and they can't tell me any other way.
One cannot have any of these signs and still be on a low dosage of steroids or performance-enhancing drugs. Or someone can have, well, not all, most of these signs and not be on steroids, which is very unlikely, but can happen. And lastly, there are some people that are genetically blessed. And this is probably what causes most of the confusion. But as I said before, not everybody can be a genetic freak. So if it looks unnatural, it most likely is.
Yeah, man. I mean, I look at certain people, certain athletes, and when I look at them, I'm like, yeah, bro, you on that juice. I mean, you on that juice. But hey, let me know what you think in the comments below. It's your boy Jay here with another video. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Also, I'll leave the OG link in the description so you can watch the video in full. Until next time, folks, I'm out.